Hello and welcome in everybody to another wonderful race here at HCKBeagles. This is the season opener for these guys as they head on out there to the racetrack. We're happy to have you all with us here tonight once again as we bring you a brand new season of the HCKBeagles Racing League, and we have a whole boatload of new sponsors and everything to talk about. But first, let's get things started with the National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As stated, we have a whole boatload of new sponsors as we've got Davidson Builders coming on for the full season. Thank you, Davidson Builders, for coming on out. Same thing with tonight's race is Numb Thumbs Gaming. You go ahead and join a great gaming community over there as they've got some fantastic games to be played and community members to make friends with. Same thing with AdminBoxx. We'll hear about AdminBoxx here in just a little while. Same thing with Track Dogs Racing and Dubby as well. Dubby, it's a fantastic little kind of mixed drink to help you with your alertness and focus. And man, ever since I started drinking it, it's definitely been one of those things I keep right there on that closet shelf to make a drink every single race broadcast. So go ahead and get yourself some Dubby for that. But we'll get into more of that in just a little bit. I'm Alan Brown. As always, I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Alan English. Alan, how we doing tonight, homie?
Good, brother. Been looking forward to the season opener here for HCK. They put on some amazing racing the last couple of seasons, and I don't expect this season to be any different. They're sticking with the trucks. You'll never see a truck racing league that's exciting as this one. These guys are amazing drivers, and they're not afraid to mix it up either. We're going to see some aggression out there on the track this season, and what a great place to start here at historic Daytona. So definitely keep your eye out. We're going to have some huge truck counts. There's going to be 40 people in this race tonight, so get ready to see lots of action all over the track tonight.
And someone who's ready for all of that action is Mr. Adam Turner down there on pit road. Adam, with 40 cars, I'm sure you're going to get your fulfillment of beating and banging and maybe some anger and fights down there.
Well, I tell you what, English couldn't have said it more better. HCKBeagles trucks and the Daytona 5, not the 500, but the Speedway, they go together like cocaine and waffles and cold ones. What an amazing night it's going to be. These guys are crazy. They're going to be ready to rumble. It's the first race of the season. I'm excited to see it. So they do have some rules here. 2 fast repairs, 75% fuel, 95% power. I think that helps them kind of, keep a hold of those trucks a little bit better. You got 4 sets of tires, something new looks like this year. 24 incident points, and you will be disqualified We'll talk about that during the race a little bit. Black flags at 16 incident points. So you got to be a little bit careful out there, but I want to see some fights, and let's rumble.
Man, you are not kidding.
I don't think that's a recipe I've heard of. That must be like a Houston thing.
Which one?
Those special waffles they have down there.
Oh, I thought everybody did that. Oh, no, well, disregard. Waffles and cold beer. How about that? This is going to be an awesome race, man.
Yes, sir, indeed. Why is that popping up so freaking large? Wow. This race is so large that the race info panel's going pretty crazy here tonight. Let's try to refresh that and see if it'll fix. No, it's gonna stay like whatever. Either way, weather's looking pretty good here for tonight. Nothing too crazy, but that's just kind of the name of the game here at Daytona Under the Lights, as well as that key to the race. It's same as last night from Daytona. Man, it's find that dance partner early.
Yeah, Derek Welch on YouTube saying Daytona again. Oh yeah, different league tonight. They're running these trucks out here. It's going to be an exciting deal. Yeah, man, I've been looking forward to this for quite some time.
Well, I mean, it's the season opener. That's kind of what we do in the NASCAR type leagues. Is we're going to start at Daytona. Nothing wrong with it. We can call a couple Daytona races a week. I'm down for that all the time.
Yes, sir, indeed. As we start to have drivers join us out there on the racetrack to get into some qualifying lap times here. Look forward to watching these guys do a pretty good job trying to win that AdminBoxx Pole Sitter Award here tonight.
Well, if you want to look at something pretty awesome, why don't you just take a look at the 13 Earl Evans and the hood of his truck. That says it all right there. He's got a sponsor.
Oh, wow.
AAA Broadcasting,
How
so
about
that's pretty
that?
cool.
Appreciate you, Earl. Good luck tonight, buddy.
I don't think we're paying him, but anyway, thank you.
I'll pay him a compliment.
There you go.
There you go. That's always fun here. This source is not wanting to pull up for me here, so give me a second.
Yeah, boy, you're messing around with all those technological problems. Our friend here, Brown, has bought a $50,000 Whopper computer, and he's been adjusting it, throughout the week. So he's got some new stuff he's trying to figure out.
Sounds like he paid like a government price for it, because you know how the government is. They'll spend $3,000 on a hammer because it floats in a weightless environment.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he paid $50,000, but it's in a fairly expensive piece of equipment that you got to fine tune, right? It just doesn't come straight out of the box ready to go. He's having issues trying to fine tune it. If you see a problem on the screen, you let us know. We're working on it for sure.
As of right now, we got Haas Beverly sitting up on top of that leaderboard right now. We'll take a look here at this timing tower as you get to see all 40 drivers put down a lap here tonight. Got some good names coming back, like the Staten brothers. We got Albert Anderson joining us once again, Paul Durkee, as well as some new names, like Haas being one of them. Got who else is up there? That's
Jake Bunjo, Anthony Mazzara,
Kevin Winker, the Staten boys, Team America. Oh man, we got everybody.
Everybody under the sun, which is what we like to see, having everybody come on out for a great night of that race in action. As these guys continue to put a few laps down here. Got even Austin Paul coming over from the Vigilante League, enjoying some race in action here.
There's a lot of crossover from all our leagues. I get confused sometimes on where we are, what's happening, because so many familiar names, and it's good to see them kind of cross over and race trucks, race next gen, race other vehicles, Xfinity. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yes, some of the guys from the next gen race last night in the Num Thumbs Racing League are racing tonight. Here in the HCK race that is sponsored by Num Thumbs Gaming tonight. Tonight's race.
What about this Track Dogs Racing? That's a pretty cool deal what they got going on over there. Y'all need to check that out. You can even get a AAA something like a souvenir. You got to pay for it, of course. We get small percentages, like none, but they have all kinds of racing stuff, track dogs.
It's like
racing.
half a percent or something. So it's going to take you're gonna have to sell a lot of trinket stuff.
Well, we could
buy
sit
it
here. We could sit here like on the jerk and just try to sell trinkets all night. But
The
no.
jerk.
Some older people might get that reference. No, check them out though. It's really cool. They got cool stuff.
Well, let's see. Yeah, Big Hoss, still up there, number 1 at the top of the poll right now. You know, the thing with this lone qualifying is that, you know, you might have some guys that are really great plate racers, you know, pack racing, but maybe they don't qualify as well. I know, Adam, you're like me. You know, whenever I'm in a plate race, I don't even qualify. I just start in the back, kind of let the chaos happen early, and then, you know, hope for some cautions late and stack everybody back up and give myself a chance. I just don't, you know, I'm not a fan of being in the middle of all the junk when it happens.
Well, this is going to be a little different. I've never been in a field this large as far as racing goes, so it's going to be interesting. But I definitely try to start out in the rear as they're starting to grid this thing up.
That they are, as we get to see tonight's starting lineup from the HCK Beagles. We got Haas Beverly winning that poll award from AdminBoxx. We'll talk to him in just a minute, as Paul Durkee's going to be starting on his outside there in second. Row number 2, we're going to have the 39 of Brandon Eastman with Joshua Moore on his outside, 51 starting in fourth. 2 of Albert Anderson with a great qualifying time. He's going to start up here in the top 5. He's going to have the 15 of Cody Staten sitting right there, right next to him in 6th. 7th, we have the 96 Josh Freed is starting there 7th with the 8th place car, 37 Dustin Really. He's really one of these guys that comes on out and loves these plate track races, so glad to have him out here. Same thing with the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. He's going to start here in 9th with the 5 of Steven Naylor rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
12 machine of Austin Johnson is going to be starting in 11th. Rick LePage in the 73 going to be starting in 12th place. Eric Stoy in the 4 car will start 13th. 14th place will be Brad Taylor in the 31. Kevin Winker in the 42 will be 15th place. And outside row 8 there is the 54 of Mike Adamson. The next row is going to be the inside car. It's going to be Derek Welch in the 1 machine. Outside will be the 72 of Chandler Paul, Chan the Man. And then the 21 of Dusty Smith and J.A. Burton will make up row number 10.
Right there in 21st, the 13 and Earl Evans got an awesome paint job out there tonight. Looks like everything's starting to switch up on me. Let's see, the 21, we mentioned Earl Evans, Joseph Bennett in the 00, 22. 69 of Gregory Turner, somewhere in 23rd if he grids this thing. 8 of Austin Paul, 24th. 64, Cale Turbeville, 25th. 28, Kenneth Stocks, 26th position. 88, Zachary Staten, one of the State boys there in 27th. 91, Anthony Mazzara, 28th. 38 of Mark Beverly, and 29th. The 84 of Josh Bittner is in 30th. I'm going to keep going. Oh, I was just going to keep going. You guys paying me extra, right?
Okay, go for it.
No, I'm
31 3 Hunter Smith will be 31st. Keith Miller, Mark Collins, Rodney Griffin, and Michael Reynolds round out your top 35. And behind them, Brian Skidmore, Jake Bunjo, Zach Dillon, Anthony Hansley, Tom Barish, and Michael Hicks round out your field. 41 cars out there.
Ooh, I think I found my favorite name right now. Jake Bunjo. Ooh.
Man.
Sounds like a wrestler or something on WWF.
Get ready to bring them up.
Just 1 second here, but yeah, that's a lot of names to get through here as we are getting now ready to pull up that pole position sitter. That's gonna be the 22 of Haas Beverly. If you guys will be willing to.
I'm trying to find him. I don't see him in the list here. Hang on a second.
I can bring him up. He's in AOR. Let me bring him up to y'all. If I can figure this thing out. And hopefully he knows. Here he comes, guys.
Hey, Haas, it's the guys in the booth. You got us?
Hey, man, congratulations. You picked up the AdminBoxx Pole Sitter Award here tonight in the season opener, driving that Michelob Ultra paint. And it reminds me of another driver that used to race that paint, but not seeing him out there tonight. But what's the game plan starting up here way at the front to get this thing going?
Well, just try to stay up front for a little bit, and then maybe drop back and just float around a little bit. Try to get back up here at the end.
Well, good luck tonight. It's going to be a long season. Hopefully you finish strong out here. Y'all got a team plan made up for any kind of pit strategy or anything yet?
Nope. Short teammates tonight. They're not. They didn't make it, so I'm a loner. I'll just float with some guys and pick and choose who I want to run with and see how it happens. See how it goes.
Awesome, man. Good luck to you. I'm going to send you back where you came from. Take care, man. Good luck.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So that driver interview brought to you by AdminBoxx, your source for race control needs here in iRacing. Go ahead and check them out as they have a great product as we get ready to get this thing started with the pace truck, bringing this field down and around through turns 3 and 4, getting ready to peel off down into pit road.
Yeah, AdminBoxx, that's like a specialized button box. Is that what it is for guys who want to admin a race and race at the same time? I think that's the way it was described.
That's exactly what it is. Well, these guys head into that Geico restart zone for the first time here tonight. Green flag racing with the HCKBeagles season now officially underway. A great restart sending these guys 2 by 2 down into turns 1 and 2. Really both lines sticking together quite well. That 6 of Paul Durkee had a really good jump, and he's got some help on that outside line with that 51 of Joshua Moore. And as well as a teammate there for Joshua, the 15 of Cody Staten. You can see there, Team America coming on out strong as ever, trying to get that run off of turn number 2. It looks like he is just barely clear. Will Paul Durkee dive down? No. The 22 comes back with a big surge and some help from that 39 of Brandon Eastman.
Great start for these guys. Everybody holding their line. Of course, these trucks are very forgiving. I mean, you can really whip them around good without losing control. Rebecca Smith pulling for Hunter Smith out there tonight. Wanting to plug Taylor Motor Company as well. Paul Ferdiani pulling for Double O Joe out there tonight. Albert Anderson's pulling for his son out there today. And Ricky Whittenberg out there pulling for his VRL buddies. And his little buddy out there, Josh Whitman.
Yeah, you talked about the stability of these things. You can tell compared to what we watched last night with those next-gen cars, these are much more stable, and they take the air a lot better than next-gen cars at the moment.
Well, even here at Daytona, you know, we're liable to see some 3-wide action happening. You know, we talked about it a little bit last night. Daytona is not near as wide as Talladega is, but you will still see some 3-wide action happening here. You just gotta be careful. You know, get one guy wiggling, wrong place, wrong time, and you're gonna have some wadded up equipment out there.
As we take a ride here on the roof of the 31, Brad Clay. He's sitting back here in 13th. Just imagine that being in 13th and still within, half a second of the leader. That's how quick or close these guys are racing with each other. And like I said, these guys are looking a lot more stable than what we saw last night in those next-gen cars. So everything is looking pretty good. Everyone following nose to tail in both lines pretty well. And with these trucks, we all know about that favorited turbo tunnel. No one electing to use that one quite yet, but it is definitely still early on.
Yeah, that next-gen car is just so different, and we're still getting the hang of all its nuances. But the old tried and true Camper World truck is a pretty stable platform. It's really, really fun to drive too. You don't have to be, a real expert somebody that's, really, really talented. I mean, not that it doesn't take talent to race, but it is a more forgiving platform. These guys are clean racers anyway, so I mean, you can put these guys in the next-gen cars or Xfinity cars, you're probably going to see just as clean racing.
As we already have some pretty large movers here tonight, as Kenneth Stocks in that 28 right now. He's already up 8 positions, looking to try to crack up into that top 15. He's trying to chase down that one of Derek Welsh, kind of bogged down here in the middle of this pack. But again, it is still early as this group of cars continues to put laps down here.
Yeah, it looks like value package on YouTube says Team America. We got the Team America fans. And something about the streamer has trading paints. I don't know if our trading paints sometimes causes issues. I don't know if it's loaded in correctly or not. We'll have to figure that out.
The answer is yes. I do have the Trading Paints Pro, so if paints are just not matching up here tonight, I really don't know what. Everything's up to date and everything, but either way, these guys are still side by side. I mean, this is a giant, massive lead pack here. I think everyone's done a pretty good job keeping it all together and grouped up all in one giant glob.
Yeah, perfect, man. Let's get this thing started. Who's going to get mad first? That's what I want to know. When are we going to see some anger?
Kathy Moore and Joel Moore both pulling for the 51 of Joshua Moore out there for Team America. Paul Ferdiani said earlier, he said 9% chance Team America just rigs each other. So
he's calling the shots.
I don't know if we'll see that tonight. I imagine they're hoping that won't be the case. But
we're kind of towards the tail end of this field, starting to kind of see a kind of single file action going on back there. These guys putting in some great work as we still remain green flag racing here, going on to lap number 7 at the end of this one. So we're already a 10th of the way through this 60 lap race, and everybody's showing a lot of patience here. We've seen a lot of people dive down to that apron to kind of pick up that tail end of the field, maybe not liking what they're seeing in front of them and just kind of hoping to head to the back and just ride around here.
Yeah, 39, the latest truck to do that.
Yeah, Brandon Eastman just got out of the mix, and maybe his teammates are back there. It could be multiple reasons. Fuel mileage, I don't know, but it's not a bad move this early in the race. You can move up kind of around at will the way these guys are driving right now.
As we do have a lead change, the 51 Joshua Moore was able to take that lead away from the 6 of Paul Durkee and jump on down to that bottom line. I think this is where we get to see some of that lazy Susan action of people going up to the front and then kind of drifting back a little bit and then back up to the front again. As these guys are doing a great job up here.
Clean green flag racing from the HCKBeagles Racing League tonight. Value package saying, let's go Cody Staten in the 15 truck.
They're picking up where they left off, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
They're calling out a wreck. Yeah.
55 is around. That's Tom Barish in the 55 Numb Thumbs Gaming Machine. Sounds like Earl Evans taking credit for that. Shenanigans out there on the track.
Man, I'm not used to having this many names to try to cycle on through. Goodness. Well, let's go back and kind of take a look-see to see what might have happened here. Let's go to our favorited chopper cam, get a bird's eye view. As you can see, that 13 Earl Evans. Oh! Just maybe trying to keep it off of that 55, but tagging that right rear just a little bit as they were trying to kind of maybe mitigate a run that that 13 had. Just a tiny little bit of contact, and there he goes. And man, that was a wild ride.
the car that's got AAA broadcasting painted all over it causes the first wreck. Earl, let's get this thing together.
Hey, he's trying to get us some camera time already.
He did call it out, and he's going to get an EOL. Everything should be worked out, so no big deal.
Integrity move right there. Go ahead and call out. And our race controller tonight, Mark Beverly, tell him on the radio, hey, man, thanks for manning up and letting us know what happened there. So he'll get an EOL to start. And these restarts are some kind of crazy when you got this many trucks out here on the field like we have tonight. You guys seeing a breathing more cautious thing, or do you think once these guys get 4 tires of fuel, they'll kind of settle in?
I think everything's going to settle down here. I mean, we saw a pretty good run there. It was just maybe a quick little lapse of judgment which caused that caution. So these guys, they've been pretty patient thus far, and I expect that patience to continue.
Yeah, I don't see anything going, breathing a caution here this early. They were really racing smooth for the most part, just like Brown said, small little mishap, but minor mistakes at a giant track like this can have big consequences.
Oh no, someone missing their pit box. That was the 51 of Joshua Moore, driving a few feet too far there, so he's going to not have the quickest of stops as Kevin Winker. Man, he absolutely flew through that one. He's going to...
Well, Anthony Mazzera in the 91 is having a hell of a time trying to get in his box. He was bouncing all over the place, but he's in there now.
Yeah, as that 42 of Kevin Winker, you know what? He didn't actually come down. He stayed out there on track. It was Jonathan Osborne who had a fantastic pit stop here. He's going to end up moving up quite a few spots. Joshua Moore coming out there next in line, followed by that 6 of Paul Durkee, the 15 of Cody Staten, and the 5 of Stephen Naylor, all coming on out. But you know what? This might be a play from Kevin Winker, because now he knows he's got a pretty big differential on of fuel and all that stuff. He might be coming on down here the second go around to top up on that fuel.
Yeah, I'd rather enter a near empty pit road than what we just saw. I know it's early in the season, guys, race number 1 and everything, but one of the guys you're going to want to keep your eye on this season, that's 64 machine of Cale Turbeville. Man, you talk about one fast young man. We're going to see some great things out of him again this season, I believe. He's sitting back right now. Where's he at? 16th place? Yeah. So don't expect to see him there the whole race.
No, absolutely not. As well as, we will have some more non-plate tracks later on in this season, and we know that Cale does a fantastic job at those more technical tracks, so definitely one to keep your eye on all season long. It looks like starting to get everybody all stacked up too wide here behind that pace truck. Got Kevin Winker choosing not to come down this go-around. He's going to stay out there in front with that 81 of Osborne on his outside.
We've got Amy Turner cheering for the 39 of Eastman out there on YouTube. Peyton McGowan, of course, cheering for the 84 of Bittner. Good to see you again, Peyton. And Paul Ferniani asking if you have Hyde car number checked in your iRacing might be the problem.
It might be.
He really does enjoy the stream, though.
That's probably the
feedback.
thing.
Well, you can fix that at some point, but we're running along here. Hopefully you get that fixed. We try to make perfection here at AAA Broadcast.
Yeah, it might take a couple of races to work all the rust out.
It's the new Whopper computer. That's the problem.
Well, the other thing I'm kind of disappointed in is I've got all view all cars and all that stuff, and yet my list stops at like 27 rendered vehicles. So I really can't see half of this field essentially. That's how many guys we have here tonight.
Oh man, we're gonna have to do some remedying on some of this stuff.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. As we get back to that Geico restart zone, and here we go. Coming right out of this caution here now, lap 12 onto 13 out of 60 here. Kevin Winker with a great restart Oh, Jonathan Osborne lost all the help he had there sitting behind him. Everybody diving down to that front lane as they head on down into turns 1 and 2.
Oh, man, back to good racing real quick. That didn't take long, did it?
Not at all. So it's kind of single file just for a moment as that 6 of Paul Durkee is maybe thinking about heading up to that outside as he can see that line trying to pick up another run, getting all formed back up. Just kind of a little indecisive there, not quite ready to pop on out.
Racing all over the track, it's kind of hard to pick what's the most exciting right now because everything's happening so fast out there.
Yeah, I see some indecisiveness, but I also see a lot of patience. These guys being real careful about, trying to crowd anybody in another lane. You don't see a lot of side drafting or anything going on just yet. It's just kind of a ride around and survive time right now.
Yeah, while you're watching it, why don't you hit the like button, the thumb, what's the thing? You hit the notification button, you hit all this stuff, and that, subscribe. Get it going. Hit the things on the thing, and let's get this thing rocking along where we can share with more people because it sure is fun to watch.
Well, Paul Durkee and his teammate out here, they got what is the sponsor? Goat Patch Brewing Company. They got a little goat on there.
We need a sample to.
I need some samples.
We'll take that.
Goat Patch Brewing Company. That's a unique name for beer.
I've been around some goats in my time. They don't smell the best. I hope the beer smells a little better than actual goats.
They are tasty. I had some on Sunday.
Oh yeah, well when they're walking around with dirt and urine all over them, they don't smell real well.
As the action up at the front continues to maintain the same 2 wide racing here as Kevin Winker looks like he's going to maybe try to bounce out to the outside, block that run that the 6 is coming. Well, no, not at all. They close that gap mighty quick. So that 6 of Paul Durkee, he's getting a really good push here from that 81 Jonathan Osborne. One of these cats who really knows how to drive these trucks around and push them to the absolute limit as they go side by side here for the lead. As we kind of take a look back a little bit here through this field, we have the 28 Kenneth Stocks back there in 17th. Anthony Mazzara in that 91. He's back here in 23rd. He's up 5 spots on the day. And your new favorite there, Mr. Turner, Jake Bunjo, he's sitting there in 24th. Zach Dillon, I wonder if there's any relation there. Who knows? Everybody's on iRacing these days, but he's going to be in 25th in that 20 machine right now. That 55, he's going to be slow on the apron.
Yeah, he wanted to get out of the mix, I would assume there, just drop back. No, but he'll never overtake my true favorite, the real America's driver, Albert Anderson. He's having a heck of a race still, sitting there in the top 10.
And driving his patriotic number 2 paint scheme here once again tonight. He's really looking to make some more moves to try to get deeper into that top 10. He's slowly been inching his way kind of up and back as we have seen these guys do, but they still got a good ways to go. We're not even at halfway yet.
Check out our race from the lead up here, side by side. Paul Durkee in the 6 machine on the outside, and Kevin Winker in the Dubby Energy number 42. That Dubby Energy, you talked about it a little bit here at the beginning of the race. If people go to www.dubby.gg and use the promo code HCK, they get 10% off their order. So if you're interested in trying an energy drink that doesn't make you jittery, but does increase your focus and give you a little bit of energy, whether you're on iRacing or at work or whatever you're doing, go head on over and check them out. Dubby Energy.
Yeah,
I'm try a Dubby and a Lone Star Light. That seems like a good combo. 3 wide, boys.
Oh boy.
Kind of right here in the middle of this pack, it looks like they're going to sort things out. That was the 4 and the 1. Eric Stoy and Derek Welsh maybe catching up with a big boatload of steam and just really didn't want to check up. They just kind of bailed out to find a little extra air room out there and tucked right back in a line because we're back to 2 wide, racing all the way kind of through this field. We also have that 54, the silent assassin, Mike Adamson. He's been kind of bogged down here in a little bit of traffic, kind of right around that 15th spot.
And Story did have a teammate right there to let him back in from the top there. I think that was that Stephen Naylor? I can't see now.
As the 6 just gets his rear bumper clear of that 42, he's going to dive on down to that bottom lane, take that lead away. So that's now going to leave Jonathan Osborne on the outside with plenty of help there behind him. See that 22 of Haas Beverly looking like he's trying to catch back up to get to that front of the pack where he started here tonight. Oh, the 51 goes around, and that's going to cause a big one.
That's Team America. We had 3 of them involved right there. Somebody called that on Facebook, I believe. I saw Adamson go around, and I think that might have been Albert Anderson involved in that. Look at him.
That's man, we got
Cody Staten claiming like he might have been his fault. We'll see.
Gonna rewind here and see exactly what happened. Head on up to the chopper so we can actually see everybody who got involved.
Said it was Anderson. It might have been the 15 of Staten.
It looked like Staten, yeah.
Similar paint job.
Little bit of a tag there on the 1. Oh, and that just sends him down into the 51. And the 51 all there for the ride. Oh, I think Albert Anderson does get tagged on that outside line pretty hard as everybody tries to check up and slow down. The 3 also gets a pretty big bump from the rear end there. That's Hunter Smith, as you can just see all the carnage of people spinning out down there on the apron. Everybody's still trying to kind of get through that wreck. The 72 getting involved as well. Man, we had a whole list of people down there on that apron.
Yeah, when you have this many cars, it's going to collect even more when there's an incident like that. It looked like Cody might have just got out of the air a little bit there, kind of pushed him up the track, and just kind of happened. I mean, no intention, nothing intentional.
They do have a couple of fast repairs, so we'll see these guys get down to the pits, get fixed, get back out there, do some more racing. Albert Anderson's pop can't blame me for a, what do you call it, the curse of the broadcaster? Because I didn't get a chance to read his comment before the wreck happened. But he told Albert, he said, "Take your time, son, pick your spot." And then right when I was about to read it, that's when the wreck happened. Value Package saying no. Because their driver, the 15, heavy damage involved in that one.
Yes, sir, indeed. As these drivers head on down to pit road to top up on fuel and tires here once again. Looks like just about everybody's probably going to come down into the pits here this time. As a very quick stop out there. Let's see who wins this race off of pit road. It's going to be that 81 Jonathan Osborne. Albert Anderson with a very quick stop himself there as well. Probably just getting the fast repair and some fuel, and he's out of there. Brad Clay, followed by Haas Beverly and Kevin Winker. So a big time race coming off of pit road.
Yahtzee.
Let me take a look here. I think Anderson may have saved his fast repair. No, I don't see any damage on it. I guess he did use it. Yes, 6-second stop for Albert.
A very quick pit stop there for Albert. I mean, really just about everyone in this field. You had Kevin Winker. I think he took a 2-tire stop there.
We have 2 penalties on pit road. Mark Collins and Anthony Mazzara. Collins came in and cleared his, it looks like. Anthony Mazzara in the 91 still with that penalty. Brandon Eastman with a meatball flag, meaning that he has damage that must be repaired before he can continue to race. We call it a meatball flag. It's a black flag with a big brown circle in the middle. It looks like a meatball. So if you hear the term meatball flag, that's what we're talking about.
And he's been sitting in that pit lane for quite a while now, so I wonder if it was he might have accidentally unchecked the fast repair button, and he's going to be sitting there for quite a while as we get things starting to stack back up here behind this pace truck. How about we talk to one of these guys that's was involved in that? Actually, hold on a second. Let me look through my list of names. Well, how about we talk to our good pal, the 42 of Kevin Winker up here?
The lights are out too. So
Yeah, it'll be quick.
I'm scrolling through. Hold on. All right, here we go. Hey, Kevin, it's the guys in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Man, bold call there. The first caution not coming down to pit road, and it turns out it worked out here in your favor. What have you seen up here, especially since you've been at the front for quite a while now? Does it look like everyone being pretty patient?
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of getting there aggressive there. Dirk kind of chopped my nose up there by letting him in. I didn't feel like wrecking myself or the whole field. But as far as that pitch strategy, I was running 15th, and I do not like being back there. So I was like, well, I'm going to stay out and hope for a caution. I got it. So I leapfrog and see if we can keep it up here.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck as this restart gets to head underway here.
Thank you.
He was Team America, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Team America. How could you get that wrong?
As they enter in the Geico restart zone once again, Jonathan Osborne leading that bottom line. Albert Anderson leading that top line. Two good friends, but right now not teammates. So we'll see what happens here as everybody getting all stacked back up and up to speed here once again. We're quickly approaching that halfway point here tonight. That 22 of Haas Beverly back up here towards the front, pushing that 81. Man, look at the 81 run as the two's got the 31 of Brad Clay trying to help him around.
Good to see Jonathan Osborne up in front of the race once again. We hadn't seen him win a race for quite a while. I think the last one we saw him win was what was that? It had to have been a truck race over at VRL. It's been a little while for Jonathan.
That it has, as everything starts to shake up. Albert Anderson finally finding that bumper clear. He's able to drop down to that bottom lane. So that's going to leave the 31 Brad Clay with Kevin Winker giving him a little bit of a push, and the 6 of Paul Durkee on that high line, trying to get everything rolling back up here once again. You have the 76 back here. He's right now in 12th of 29 spots. That's Michael Hicks. Man, he is definitely making his way up through this field, and I mean, with it being just only close to that halfway point as that 31 gets cleared, drops down to that bottom lane. Man, that 76, he could end up all the way up here towards the front in no time at all.
Yeah, we're starting to see that revolving door thing happen again up in front. The outside line gets a run, drops down, and repeat the cycle.
And
There they go again.
they're also getting after it back here in the back.
Really came down into the 31. Big wreck. Oh, it just keeps happening. That wreck went on forever there.
Man,
Still going. It looks like Jonathan
Turboville.
Osborne.
Yep, Turboville got in on it too.
The never-ending wreck there.
Super speedway racing right there in a nutshell.
as you can see here, everything going all to heck in turns 1 and 2. Everybody scattering around, hitting the apron, and oh, a little extra contact there getting involved as well. As let's go ahead and take a look from our chopper cam. I think that's a camera we need to get a sponsor for, is our chopper cam. We'd love to use that camera here at these plate tracks. But yeah, the 37 and the 31 just getting knotted up, a little bit of sideways contact there, and Albert Anderson getting tagged there. Oh no, looks like that was a 51 getting tagged. Same thing That was the 31 as well. Got to get used to all these numbers. Same thing with the 81, Jonathan Osborne. Everybody kind of getting caught up in it. Just really know where to go out there.
Well, and that looked like a case of, one truck came up a little bit, and the other one came down just a little bit, and couldn't occupy the same space, and that's when we saw our accident there. Paul Ferdiani on YouTube said, "Oh, the humanity."
Yeah, to me it looked like Dallas after midnight without the gunfire. That was a lot.
You were not kidding. I think that 20 is Zach Dillon. He made a pretty good move to get out of here. Let's try to get back up to where I can play the replay here. As we'll take a look-see here from his nose cam as everything goes all helter-skelter there in front of him. Cars bouncing and beating and banging around everywhere. Everybody just able to get out of his way and down onto the apron as he checked up. And man, great job there from Zach Dillon on his toes.
Albert Anderson Jr. on YouTube saying, "Oh my goodness, yeah, he just watched his son get more damage on that 2 machine. Here comes Albert Anderson down the pit road. Gonna have to burn another fast repair if he's got one."
Yeah, it sounds like some guys are pretty good damage, having a hard time getting back to the pits, so watch out for that.
So we're going to be pretty much at that halfway point when we go back to green flag racing here tonight. So right around lap 30 out of 60. And I know we've seen some cautions here, but again, it's really just been like little things adding up into a big one. It really hasn't been due to any aggressive racing that we've seen.
No, not really. It was just small, little bumps. And that's all it takes, though. In pack racing, all the trucks are so close together that once somebody goes around, by the time you get off the gas and full on the brake, you still might hit the truck in front of you, or somebody's definitely going to nail you from behind. So it's just the product of this type of racing, and I tell you what, it is exciting, though. I really, really enjoy watching this super speedway racing.
As we look at that 96 of Josh Freed right now, he's sitting in 13th, knocking on that door to a top 10 here tonight, trying to get that truck all the way up there, kind of more towards the front. Again, our good buddy there, Derek Welsh, in that one machine. Not a big fan of these plate tracks, but between last night and so far tonight, he's right there at the top 10 now too.
Albert Anderson coming down the second time down pit road. It wasn't for a penalty. I think. I don't know what's going on. He may have accidentally unchecked fuel or something. Yep, I think that's what it was. Came back down and topped off. Now he's rolling back out on the track. Seeing some new names, new faces out there this season. I know they really put out the recruiting really hard, and man, the racers responded. This is the first time I think HCK's had to turn drivers away, because they had 43 drivers that they accepted, and they didn't want to accept more because then they'd have to, have people trying to qualify in and stuff. You can't do that with a pay league. It's very difficult to do something like that where guys pay to race, and if they don't qualify well or something, they can't race that week. So I think they're doing the right thing here and making it fair.
That's absolutely right. As we go back to green flag racing, and rather than hear us talk, how about we let the engines do the talking for us? Let's crank it on up as we're halfway through this race. Sirree, and welcome back as we are live here with this race. The driver's doing a heck of a job. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed that fantastic sounding of those trucks here at Daytona. Of course, these trucks, man, they get loud and they are proud as they come back down and across the line. Still 2x2 up here at the front with the 6 and the 42.
I never get tired of hearing that.
No, I'm looking at it. I mean, it looked just wonderful. I was mesmerized. It's better than listening to us, I guess. That's for sure.
And thank you, Racing with Bob, for joining us over on YouTube. Good job on the broadcast tonight, guys. Or yesterday. I guess he watched the race we did yesterday. So thank you very much, Bob. We appreciate it.
Is it Rob or Bob? Is that Chowdhury?
It is Rob. My bad.
Can't read over there. You got to
No,
get your spectacles on.
I don't have them on. That's probably why.
Well, we're now a good chunk of the way here past halfway. These drivers are now going to start to not necessarily get desperate. They're definitely going to turn that aggression on up here just a little bit as I see that field continue to try to make some moves. We talked about Michael Hicks being one of those big movers. Same thing, Cale Turville coming back from one of those incidents of getting tagged in. He's now up 19 spots. Jake Bunjo, he's up 25 spots there in 12. So we have some moves being made. Same thing with that Zach Dillon 20 machine. He is now up 30 spots inside of this top 10.
Starting to see a little bit of wiggling around up there. Osborne was trying to figure out where he wanted to be right there, settled in on the top lane, it looks like.
Well, there's some movers and shakers back here all the way 25th spot. Kind of picking lines, moving in and out. Osborne's one of them here.
Everybody kind of beating and banging, dodging and something. I don't know. I got to figure out some words that rhyme with that, but we still are too wide racing here through a good chunk of this field. Looks like we might have some drivers here with some blinking issues kind of towards this tail end of the lead 20. I've seen drivers kind of disappear for a second as we're three wide up here up at the front.
Oh, turbo tunnel usage. There goes the 4 machine using it.
And that 4 of Eric Stoy. He's one of the racers that was in for a championship run within the last couple of seasons. And, man, he's using it, but just gets tagged up with the 22 of Haas Beverly. They're going to go down across the infield grass.
It caused a crash in the back. 88's got spun around. All that mayhem just caused disruption there.
And as all of that mayhem goes on, that's going to let Kevin Winker up in the front just kind of drive away from this pack for a little bit. Have a little gap before Paul Durkee is going to catch on up. But, of course, when this group kind of gets all back together, they're going to throw the caution flag here.
Yeah, it's like the trickle-down effect. Stuff happening up front, and That kind of gets out of the way, but all the slowdown in the back caused some issues.
We have seen that before, though, when somebody's running what you call it, turbo tunnel, Alan, right up the middle. And, oh, man, that incident in the rear looked like a separate deal completely.
Well, it was, but it was definitely caused by the slowing down of the cars in front. If you take a
The
look
checkups. Okay.
at 69 of Gregory Turner, if you could get a look, maybe even in his cockpit, it kind of, the Red Sea parted in front of him, but happened right in front of Gregory Turner there in the 69 HCKBeagles truck.
All right, let me scroll through some names here to try to find them.
Yeah, you only got 40 of them, so
Yeah.
it takes a little minute.
Got a 1 in 40 chance of finding them, right?
Yeah, but it's definitely a trickle down. They could see it from, in front of them, and it's just one of those things.
Adam Strom on YouTube saying, evening, fellas. How's everybody doing tonight? Turner, you got enough cold ones down there on pit road, or do you need
No.
Adam Strom to make you a delivery down there?
No, I got nothing. PBR, let's change it up tonight, Strom. What else you got?
And Albert Anderson Jr. saying, little bumps equal big consequences. That is no lie. I mean, we just talked about it earlier about that's just the nature of pack racing at a super speedway.
As these guys come on down into the pit lane here, how much fuel are these guys running? Because this might be the final stop that they have to make.
75%.
Hey, that's going to be pretty close here with just under 25 laps left to go. I think they're going to be able to make it. So this is going to be that all-important, quote-unquote, money stop. Unless we have a late caution here where people may come down as well.
Yeah, that'll be the, who's vying for different positions on the track, who didn't pit, maybe. There may be a few more takers a little bit later on here.
Well, and a caution means that guys who are getting fuel now probably won't have to come back down for fuel because they're going to save fuel on the caution laps if we get another caution or two here late. So that'll further help them out in their strategy.
As Cale Turboville, he's going to win that race off of pit road. He's going to have Zach Dillon starting on his outside once when we go back to green flag racing. The one of Derek Welsh also with a great pit stop here. Looked like it was a fuel-only stop for those three drivers. Kevin Winker taking all four and some fuel. And then it's kind of a mixed bag of people taking either a couple tires and just fuel or all tires or everything. So everybody coming up with a little bit of their own strategies here.
I mean, for a guy who claims to hate super speedway racing, Derek Welch, he finished on the podium last night at Daytona, and right now he finds himself in third. So
Yeah,
it might be growing on him.
Yeah, I don't believe him. He's pretty good at them. Listen here, though. I listen in on the drivers kind of communicating with each other. I think English you do as well. I haven't heard anybody call anybody an idiot yet.
No, it's
That's
race
standard.
number one, dude.
That's standard. Somebody has to call somebody an idiot, and then they have to ram each other, and then they got to go fight somewhere. We hadn't had any of that. What's going on?
I did see on the replay how it was Haas and another car when they came down towards the pit road entry. You know, Haas looked like he just laid in the gas, and the other truck was spinning in front of him. He just kind of let him have it on the rear end and kept him spinning for a minute. That was pretty fun.
I think that was the four of Eric Stoy who was trying to
you're
make
right.
use of that turbo tunnel, and man, we saw it was working. Just kind of ran out of space.
No, it's too tight here. It's not like Dega. It's pretty tight quarters here at Daytona. So,
well, as these guys come down, go into turns 3 and 4 here in just a second. Is this what we're going to see the rest of the season? I mean, I love these huge truck counts, man. I love seeing 40 cars out here running.
well, I don't think it's going to be. We're going to see this many cautions. I think part of it is the fact that we have 40 guys out here, and maybe a third of them at least haven't raced with the other guys. So,
True.
kind of learning each other a little bit, but they're going to be fine. Get it worked out. I don't know where we are next next week, but
Let me pull
that'll
the
be
schedule.
fun.
As these guys make that turn out of turn number 4, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. We're only going to have a few more laps left, about 20, I do believe, as here we go. Guide goes restart zone. It is with the 64 and the 20 side by side, leading these packs off down and into turn number 1. Everything's still stacked up side by side. Just be on the lookout for guys now really making use of that turbo tunnel with 22 laps now to go.
Talladega's next week, boys. All right.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Especially with 40 trucks.
Yeah, absolutely, as it looks like we're going to be going 3 wide here pretty early. 00 Joe Bennett is going to be kind of involved in that one as well. We got Cale Turbeville still leading that bottom line, but he's not in the lead. He's got Zach Dillon. Oh, big wreck up in the front, and this is going to cause an absolute parking lot down
my
here.
Goodness.
All right, let's shoot some dice in Waco on a Saturday night.
Oh, that was a big one. Caution is out.
Yeah, I think the flag man was sleeping on the job. I had to yell at him. He had a lot to watch, though. Being a flag man here at a racetrack this big with this many trucks is not easy.
Paul Ferdiani saying 00 for the win tonight. 00 Joe. And he got robbed last night at the Numthomes race. But I think he's still sitting in pretty good shape. Let's see. Was he involved in that?
00 Joe, I believe he was, as we take a kind of look at what happened up there in the front. Oh, just cars getting sideways and tagged, and 76 getting involved. Looked like the 6 tagging that outside wall a little bit, the 51 as well. So we got it's just an absolute mayhem, as well as the 42, a Kevin Winker. Man, if that man didn't have any bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all.
2 machines, same story. They're involved in another one.
Looks like Bennett and Dillon kind of got into it, and I don't know who to blame or who. Looks like Dillon's kind of side drafting almost 3 wide out there.
You know, right before all that happened, the 8 of Austin Paul got down on the apron. I don't know if he saw this coming or if he had an issue. The 8 jumped down on the apron right before this happened.
You know what?
And I heard a lot of engines below there.
I'm going to take a quick zoomed in look at this. There was some beating and banging, but you know what? I think there might have been a little bit of net code to send that 20 around.
I saw that. Yeah, it just kicked sideways really hard in an odd way. I think net code was probably 50% of that, but there was a lot of contact prior to, so I don't, maybe not 50.
Yeah,
There was a lot going on out there.
Yeah.
But we also know, especially once when we get to, iRacing Super Speedway, that is a track that is notorious, especially with these trucks, just due to the speed that these guys are going. That netcode is one of those big issues. But yeah, this field it's looking pretty good so far. We have seen a lot of side by side that's been pretty close. People deciding to trade paints and not on trading paints. It's just kind of one of those things. Maybe leave that extra 1 foot of space here until we at least get to the white flag.
Yeah, it's the first race of the season. Everybody's excited. Everybody's wanting to race. There is a lot of square footage on the side of these trucks, man, to where there's a lot of room to ram each other,
So a lot of these guys that pitted lap 36, 37, they should be good on fuel now. Let's see here. Zachary Staten with a black flag. Anthony Mazzaro with a black flag. Rick LePage and Mike Hicks both with a meatball. And I think Brad Taylor is done for the night. He is manually disconnected. Zach Dillon also with a meatball flag. A lot of damage happened on that deal. I hope these guys have another fast repair in their back pocket.
Yeah, well, while we are sitting here kind of pacing behind the pace car, let's talk to one of these drivers up here. We got Chandler Paul, up here in 5th. Let's go ahead and talk to Chan the man here.
Let me find him real quick. No?
I got him.
I don't see him.
I got him. Hey, Chandler Paul, it's the boys up here in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. How you guys doing?
Man, we're doing all right. We've seen some cautions here, not necessarily due to like super aggressive driving, but the last couple is starting to kind of turn out that way. We've seen some 3 wide, some people trying to make use of that turbo tunnel. What are you kind of seeing out there?
Just kind of I'm seeing some misjudgment with bump drafting, I think, but no, other than that, I think everybody's trying to race hard and a little too early and all that, and I think, what they say, caution breeds caution, but all in all, right now, I've been kind of lucky to get through 2 of them. Got in the first one, but surprisingly kept it clean.
How you doing on fast repairs? Have you had to use any of them yet? I know we got a few guys out there that no longer have either of their fast repairs.
I've had to use one, and that was for the very first wreck when I rear-ended somebody because the whole track was blocked. So I still got one left in the bank, and I'm thinking there's probably going to be 1 or 2 more cautions. That's what I'm banking on.
Well, good luck to you the rest of the race, man. Hope we see you up there.
Yeah, definitely. I put myself up here and hopefully try to get a good finish or maybe a win. This might be my only shot.
Awesome, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time, and I believe you're Derby City Racing, correct?
That is correct, sir.
Awesome. Well, good luck, buddy.
All right, thank you.
It's always fun to talk to these guys, and hopefully we'll get our face cam thing set up pretty soon with Brown's new Whopper computer. We got to have to figure all that out.
Yeah.
That'll be something in the future to look forward to.
As we got Cale Turbeville and Derek Welsh going to start things off up here, up at the front, heading into that Geico restart zone once again. That 51 maybe a little too eager trying to get to that back bumper of the 64. He ends up giving him a little tap, but then ends up backing off of it. I think that truck broke the rear tires loose just a little bit. But beautiful thing about these super speedways is you can get up to speed pretty quickly here, especially as long as you got some help. So that inside line, though, looking nice and formed up. That has Derek Welsh and kind of a couple spots behind him there, Chandler Paul in that 72. We also got a few guys like Tom Barish. He's looking pretty good out here as we got some drivers moving down to that bottom lane. Joshua Moore and Cale Turbeville working together as that one of Derek Welsh now looks like he's trying to pop up to that outside line. Maybe pick up some side draft here.
And if you're wondering why the 2 machines not on the track, he is in the pits getting repaired. He got a black flag too on entry, so he's going to be sitting there a while.
Yeah, damage is the name of the game here. You got to have a straight car to really even be competitive. So, if you're running out of fast repairs, you're going to run out of luck.
Aero is everything here. These trucks, they are running 5% reduced power. They took some of the power out of these trucks just to make the aero and the drafting more exciting, and I think it really has done the job. As they're 3 wide back here, the 13 running up the middle here. Earl Evans picking up a couple spots here.
And that they're trying to figure out how to get up here towards the front, because they're going to be crossing the line with 15 laps to go here in just a moment, as we are taking a look at the rear view of Jonathan Osborne. So these guys kind of towards that tail end of the field, man, they're definitely starting to kind of pick and make their move, because you don't want to be way back there with under 5 to go and have to really put that car where you really don't want to, as got some people having a little blink in action as the 54 Mike Adamson on that bottom line looks like he's trying to maybe make some moves up here towards the front.
Yeah, see, I'm getting excited now. We're coming down the home stretch here soon.
Yeah, we are, and I see quite a bit of blinking on my screen, Brown. I don't know if we can see it on the broadcast. Do you think that has anything to do with how many trucks we have out there on the track? Just too much going on.
That is definitely a possibility, as that 86 of Jake Bunjo, he's trying to stay in front of that one of Derek Welsh, who's got his teammate there, the 55 of Tom Barish, out there helping him on that outside line. Same thing with that 24 of Andrew Hansley. Andrew Hansley, man, talk about a guy who's had nothing but bad luck just about all season long last season. I know he's had a few fans out there on the pages rooting for him, but every single week just not being able to get the result. But here he is now inside of a top 10.
Yeah, up 32 spots. How amazing is that? You can go from chump to champ in no time, and vice versa. We talk about that a lot here. Still a super long ways to go. 12, 13 laps. It's still long ways to go here at Daytona.
Yeah, side by side they go through this tri-oval. Going to be 12 laps now to go. You can see desperation starting to sit into some of these guys, starting to come on down from that high line to maybe get a little side draft action here from that low line. But they're also, some spots, they're leaving a good chunk of room as they're going to catch up on to a lap down traffic here, who's going to kind of stay there on that bottom line. So everything's going to get dicey here real quick.
Oh yeah, that's wild right there.
Everybody working their way around as they do safely, looks like they are able to navigate that, as I believe that might, I thought it was Dusty Smith, but it was not. I wasn't able to get a exact number on that one, as these guys...
Well, he had tire marks all over his number. I couldn't see who it was either.
As Cale Turbeville does dive down in front of this field here, so he's going to lead some laps, as he's got that 51 of Joshua Moore behind him. Derek Welsh, man, he's still trying to get that outside line to work, just not quite pinching down enough to really pick up any of that side draft momentum. And like I said earlier, that turbo tunnel, man, it is looking wide and open for a lot of these guys, maybe sitting back here in the 10th or whatever spot, as the 24 gets a little loose heading through turns 3 and 4.
Next week, you're going to see that outside line be a little bit more prominent, I think, when it comes to Talladega. You might even see that turbo tunnel come more into effect, as these guys are going to have more room on the racetrack. Of course, they might just decide to plug another car in there and run 3 wide, 8 rows deep. We've seen them do that before here at HCK and do it safely.
Well, and what's crazy, man, look, Durkee is sitting in 28th place, but he's racing his tail off with Eric Stoy, and they're kind of moving around. I think as a team, trying to move up the track. There's movement all over the thing, even in the back of the field. So it's not over for the guys in the back right now.
Not at all. We also saw there Stephen Naylor in the 5 trying to make a charge up here. He's sitting right around a top 10 spot, trying to increase some of those positions. Brian Skidmore in the 75 as well. He's lurking inside that top 15 with 10 laps to go now. Going to be just under it as soon as they cross that line. So we're really going to see the action ramp up now.
Yeah, thank you, Corbin Rogers, for joining us over on YouTube. Pulling for Hunter Smith out there, saying this looks like your typical truck race. And Albert Anderson Jr. saying looks like a demolition derby out there right now. But looks like they got it figured out. They're running pretty clean right now.
Well, they got it figured out about as good as the Rangers do right now. They're losing again, just to let you know.
Thanks for that.
Just large margin. Large margin. But look at these guys, man. Now, this is where the fun really gets interesting, because people are going to get super aggressive. They're going to try that turbo tunnel, even though they probably shouldn't. So this is where it all winds down here, and
might see some
the fun
block
begins.
throwing.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing the Orioles again. Okay. Yeah, that looks bad. 6-0. Goodness.
As we see here, some Team America teammates finally getting back together. Cody Staten and Kevin Winker all getting lined up as some lap traffic is going down to the apron here. And hopefully they're going to be able to jump back up and maybe catch some draft and join into this mix kind of towards the tail end of this main lead pack. And Man, they're doing a pretty good job here. Now, with 9 laps to go, gonna be 8 laps to go here in just a moment. Mike Adamson looks like he's trying to stick with that bottom line as 13. Earl Evans, he's been making up positions one by one here. He's been creeping up this leaderboard quite a bit as well.
Not only that, Tom Barish is up 36 spots, working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter out there.
That's been a while since you broke that one out. Hey, don't forget, folks, we're gonna. Oh, they're going 3 wide here. Staten, the 42 Winker and the Dubby machine, or Dubby machine. I'm sorry. Oh, and the 54 down low. They're still 3 wide here.
Yeah, that 15, man, he's kind of stuck on that far outside line. And I don't think he's really going to be able to drop down anytime soon, as just this massive wall of trucks just keeps coming and coming. As you see that 2 badly damaged from Albert Anderson not having the best of luck here tonight, just getting kind of tagged up in every single one of these cautions. So out of fast repairs, and his truck is going to be well off the pace as Cale Turbeville continues to lead here up at the front. It took him a while last season to pick up his first win, but when he did, man, it seemed to have come in droves. Well, here he is up at the front trying to maybe pick up that win early here this year.
Oh, there's so much happening back here. We'll see who can kind of work their way from the back. I'm sure we're going to see something crazy happen here in a minute.
And sorry, I forgot to mention it earlier, folks. We're going to have 2 fans of the race tonight. Your names are going to go into a drawing. I think they're doing the. Are they doing the end of season drawing?
End of month. End of month.
End of the month. Okay. So each race, we're going to pull 2 fans of the race. Whoever had the the best, the most best comments, I guess. And we're going to pull 2 names each week, and at the end of the month, we're going to have a fan of the race drawing. So I'm not sure what they're going to get. We're going to get a little something.
As we're taking a ride around here with the 69 Little Rimmer Gregory Turner, the commander-in-chief over here at HCKBeagles. He's right around a top 20 spot. He's joining us actually out on the racetrack from a year and a half off of racing to kind of admin these guys and do some race control, but just recently had a child as well, so congratulations to our good friend there, Mr. Turner, and trying to look ahead through this field and maybe pick up a few extra spots, but at times are starting to really run out now. 5 laps remain.
Adam, you got any kin down in Georgia? Are y'all
well, I don't know. I'm gonna have
cousin
to.
or anything?
Has he got some kind of engine in him? Because I got a lot of that going on around here. Let's see if he might be some kind of one of them Seminoles or something.
Oh,
Probably.
3 wide here, 3 on the outside. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, and this is where we're going to see some action here. Somebody's going to get angry, somebody's going to get turned, and somebody's going to get learnt. Let's do it.
Yeah, beating banging with that 3. Hunter Smith, and yep, there it goes. Oh, down across the line, the 3, the 73, the 37, the 42 gets tagged. Same thing with the 5, the 69, the 97. Oh, and they keep going. The 37 ends up on his roof for a second, doing a little break dance. And that's going to bring out a yellow flag, which means we're going to have a green-white checker finish here tonight, folks.
97 went for a wild flipping ride, and so did the 37.
Yeah, the 97 of Rodney Griffin's going to be looking for Tom Cruise up and down the racetrack.
Am I on fire?
He really went for it right there. Thing's still running, though. Those trucks are resilient.
So we kind of take a look back to see the cause of this one, and it was just 3 wide action and people racing pretty tight. A little firm bump there, I think, from the 13. And that 97. Ooh, man, I am glad this thing's a simulator. That's he would be feeling that one for certain tomorrow.
There's not enough ambulances in Daytona to carry all these guys to the hospital after some of the wrecks we've seen tonight.
Yeah, Earl Evans was kind of started some of that action there with that little bump, and I'll tell you what, that's the best thing about iRacing. It's a simulation, not a game. These guys like to drive trucks. They like to drive race cars. Well, most of them probably can't afford a damn race car. So right here is about as good as you're going to get. And it's pretty awesome. And then we have some guys that own race cars that are on here just kind of practicing.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of a fun thing and fairly cheap for, anything racing related.
Yeah, just it didn't even look like that was too hard of a bump from the 13. The car in front of him just kind of broke loose.
I mean, once again, it's a product of this type of racing. I mean, this is going to happen. So they're going to give the 13 a pass-through penalty, meaning he's going to have to come down through the pit road at pit road speed, since this is his second caused incident. But he did take credit for it on the radio. I'll give Earl a lot of credit. He did take credit for that. Said, hey, that was me again. Sorry, guys. And looks like we're setting up for our first green-white checker. We've got 3 attempts tonight.
All right, and I believe this is going to be the first official attempt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we do have 3 attempts here tonight, and this will be the first one with the 64 and the 1 starting side by side. You have the 51 and the 55 side by side as well. The 51 and 64 know each other quite well from last season. So expect them to work well together. Same thing with that 1 in the 55. Both drivers are teammates and starting on that outside line. So some of these guys, man, things are kind of lining up in their favor, especially up here at the front.
Yeah, it is. What I wanted to mention real quick, English, I don't know, the sportsmanship here is pretty amazing, because if something like that happened with me, I'd be like, nah, hell no. That number, what was your number, English? That English guy, he hit me, and he caused it. I don't know what you're looking at it.
I usually ran 66. Sometimes I'd run 30.
Yeah, the double 6 got me. I don't know what y'all are looking at up there in the booth. You're going to have to watch a replay. Not here. These
I've
guys
spun you a couple times, yeah.
Well,
true.
no, we won't get into that, but I'm just saying they're very professional about it here. They're like, it was my fault,
Hey, it's early still. Just wait till a little bit farther down the road when these guys are starting to race for close points and stuff like that.
That's true. I want to see just somebody yelling at each other, It's the first race. I'm going to hold off. Hold judgment.
Cordial for a little while, but hey, we're going to see some rivalries and stuff develop. We've already got some team rivalries out there, so I'm looking for that to develop as the season goes along. Thank you so much, Joel Moore, for the very sweet compliment, and tower operator as well. We appreciate you guys, and thanks so much to all the fans out there watching us on YouTube. Yeah, Mob Crush kind of had some issues, and we're back down to only being able to stream on one platform, and YouTube is the most accessible for everybody to get to. So thank you all so much for finding us over here, and we hope to put on some great quality racing for you guys this season.
Absolutely. As we get stacked back up to 2 wide here behind this pace truck, getting ready to go back to green flag racing with this green-white checker finish. Cale Turbeville, Derek Welsh side by side, Tom Barish and Joshua Moore side by side. You got Andrew Hansley, Jake Bunjo as well up here. Both drivers up 30 positions plus on the day. Same thing with Tom Barish up 37. Good golly. That's one of those perks of having so many cars, man. You can gain a lot of positions here. Jonathan Osborne as well with Chandler Paul starting up here inside this top 10. Mike Adamson and Keith Miller up inside this top 10. Paul Durkee, Austin Paul, Josh Bittner, Mark Collins, and Eric Stoy inside this top 15. They all have a chance as well. We've seen some craziness on these last laps where people from 15th on back, man, just got to cut through the wrecks that's inevitable to happen here. And they can make up a whole ton of grounds and even pick up a win here tonight as we get ready to get things back underway.
English, send me one of those Dubby energy drinks. Let's have one. Shoot it down and watch the end of this thing.
Yeah, here we go. Green, white, checker racing. It's time to buckle up, strap on that drinking helmet, throw inhibition out the window. It is time to go racing here with HCK Beagles. The final few laps remaining with the 64 and the 1 starting things off as it comes through and across the line. Pretty good start from both drivers. Big push here from the 51 on the 64 to get that bottom line rolling. 3 wide already, starting to stack up behind these guys.
Num Thumbs, a couple of teammates, the 1 and the 55 on the outside line, trying to get some help from that 24 machine. They've been sticking with that outside line all night, but now they've got 2 teammates together up there, Barish and Welch. Let's see if they can make a move up here and try to challenge Tuberville for the win.
Yeah, here we go, side by side. They go through turns 3 and 4. Once we take this white flag, no more cautions. The race will end at the end of that lap, and it's just a massive race to the line as they're beating and banging. Still 3 wide, a few rows back there with the 30 and the 54 coming across the line, taking that white flag. So here we go. We don't need any more attempts after this one. Everything's going to end after this lap. Cale Tuberville still up there at the front. As this 6 goes around, and that's going to cause a mid-pack wreck, splitting this field just about dang near in half. You now have 8 drivers up here in this main pack, all in it with a chance to win it. Derek Welsh with a big push here from that 55. Tom Barish dropping down to that bottom line, now entering turns 3 and 4. On that far outside line, you have that 24 of Andrew Hansley getting a big push from that 54 of Mike Adamson, trying to get him up here to the front here as they exit turns number 3. The 24 makes contact with the wall, spins out, so that's going to leave Derek Welsh all on his own with the 39 of Eastman getting clear. The 72 with a little body check ends up crossing the line here with 3rd. Everybody trying to make it through those final wrecks.
Wow. What an incredible final 2 laps. So much stuff going on all over the track there.
Yeah. I hear anger, too. Ooh, this is going to be good, boys. Look at that. That was so fun, man. Great call, Brown. I was excited. I was just kind of watching, like, mesmerized there.
They ought to get Alan Brown to do the Kentucky Derby, man. The guy knows what he's doing on these.
Oh, and he's a part-time bookie. Yeah. That was wild, though, man. You cut the field basically in half with that first incident.
As we take a look here, trying to see kind of what caused it, heading on back, as they took the white flag. I think this is going to happen right around the 8. Yeah, that's what happened, and you can just see the absolute dog pile that went into it. And kind of leaving those 8 trucks all on their lonesome, and it looked like it was going to be a great race up here at the front. The 24, man, he really had a shot at getting a pretty good finish here, just maybe getting pushed up, not literally pushed up, just kind of the room getting taken away by that 1 of Welch. With a very smart move there, drifting up the track to make sure that 24 doesn't get a run. Oh no, the 24 just drifts up to the wall, and that caused the mayhem behind everybody there, and allowed that 72, Chandler Paul, he ended up diving down, I think, to avoid it, down to the apron real quick. And, of course, passing under the double yellow is not allowed. However, to avoid a wreck, that is, and when he came to rejoin the track, he body checked the 51, and that's how he got that position there. But 39 of Brandon Eastman and 1 of Derek Welsh, along with that 72 of Chan the Man, finish out tonight's podium here.
See, iRacing has Derek Welch scored 1st, Chandler Paul scored 2nd, and Jake Bunjo in the 86 actually scored in 3rd place.
All right, well, let's go ahead and head on. Let's kind of do a photo replay here, if I can get to it, just to double check.
Look.
Just to visually see who came across the line when. So here we go. There's a wreck out of turn number 4 near those pits. You can see here the 1 crosses the line. As I try to change camera angles here. The 39 definitely crosses the line 2nd, with the 72 in 3rd.
Yeah, but iRacing was showing Eastman down in 13th position at that point. There's so many people on the track. I think it's causing issues with all our scoring. We might have to.
I mean, what are we going to use here? Are we going to use iRacing scoring here? We might have to go We might have to talk to the race admins here and see what we're going to
Yeah. So what I'm saying here is Brandon Eastman was still, for some reason, showing 13th position. So maybe he was a lap down. I'm not quite sure what was happening.
Well, I don't know if there was any penalties with that or anything. That could be causing the big issue too.
That could have been it too. So yeah, we probably want to get the official scoring out there before we start calling it.
Alan, do you want me to talk to Greg Turner, or do you want me to drag in the race controller?
Yeah, if you don't mind finding out where race control is here. And
10-4, stand by.
Well, it's always something. We're always some kind of little hiccup or whatever going on.
Yeah, so as of right now, the tentative results that we have, or because we have disparity in numbers, the only number that really hasn't changed, it's going to be that one of Derek Welsh who gets the win. Everything else behind it, man, it always happens at these plate tracks. These numbers get a little crazy, but it's got Eastman and Paul to...
All right, I got race control handy. Are you ready for him?
Just if you can pop to whatever channel they're in to talk to them there.
Okay, 10-4, will do.
But either way, while we're sitting here waiting around for the final words, go ahead and get yourself some Dubby, the proud energy partner here for HCK. If you use code HCK on your next order, you get 10% off. And man, when I tell you, I bought one of their starter packs, right? With the little discount, everything was absolutely fantastic. Shipping from California, so just know that shipping times are going to be a little bit longer, but it still arrived quicker than when the original estimated arrival time was. So make sure you order it soon. But get one of those trial packs. You get a cup, you get 3 separate flavors. But not only that, at the same time, while you're there ordering that, might as well get yourself a tub of something that you think you might like, because I can guarantee you probably will like it. And you don't want to wait for that shipping and all that stuff to get your next beverage, powder and whatnot. Tastes absolutely fantastic, not powdery whatsoever. And not only that, but if you're like me and you don't know how to follow instructions and do your whole water to powder ratio right and all that, well, it still tastes pretty dang good. So go ahead and get yourself some Dubby using that HCK promo code for that 10% off, as well as thanks again to AdminBoxx for their proud sponsorship this season, as well as the race sponsor here tonight of Numb Thumbs Gaming. They're going to have a great gaming community over there. Let me make sure I got the... wonder if I got their logo here somewhere. There it is. Go ahead, check them out in their Discord. They play just about every single game that you can think of. And, man, it's just a great community to be a part of. Same thing with Davidson Builders. They're going to be around here all season long. Go check them out. And I believe it's, English last night corrected it. It's davidson-builders.com. Located in the New Jersey area. Go ahead to get yourself some upgrades to your house and whatnot. Especially, I think prices are starting to come down on that lumber and everything. And, you know, these projects, man, you can probably do them yourself, but why do that when you can get professionals to do it for you? And great work is done over there at Davidson Builders, as well as Track Dogs Racing. Track Dogs is one of the proud sponsors here this season, as well as apparently it's not. Oops, that's not it. On Trek Dogs, kind of small logo there, trying to pop it out against that concrete surface. But great merchandising store. Go ahead and check them out, and you know, talk to Mr. Josh Bittner there for your merchandising needs to try to be a part of his great community and get in on it early. He's already sponsored some real life race cars in the ARCA series, so get your name in there now, because he's gonna get big before you know it.
Hey, you put that thing on a real race car, orders are gonna start flowing in. I know he's got a bunch of orders. I think we've ordered stuff from over there before us. Really cool. They got AAA mugs. They got iRacing stuff from this league, stuff from all kinds of places. So it's all racing related too, which is really cool.
And that it is. As Mr. English did declare our fans of the race, which are Albert Anderson Jr., which is Albert Anderson's father. Congratulations to you. You're entered into that drawing. Same thing with Value Package. He's been around all race long, and we thank you for your support hanging on out there in the chat. So thank you so much for joining us here, and congratulations. Be sure to stick around for the full month, because at the end of the month, I think you're going to be entered in to win a free t-shirt from that TrackDogsRacing.com from the HCKBeagles, and they just put up a new shirt there that looks pretty dang good, and be sure to go ahead and get your orders in there.
I just left the NASCAR trailer where there was a meeting of the minds, and after reviewing all the footage and looking through everything, they're going to call it just like iRacing scored it. Derek Welch is your winner tonight. Second place will be Chandler Paul in the 72, and third place will be the 86 of Jake Bunjo.
Well,
yeah, you can never go wrong with iRacing. I mean, iRacing's always correct. This other ST something, whatever, they always get bungled up and whatnot. Well, that's cool.
They watched it from a bunch of different angles, and there was a lot of discussion, and that's what they're going with. They're going with the official. So,
all right, let's do it.
All right, so I believe Jake Bunjo is probably going to be the Discord name of Jaku B there. So let's pull him on up as soon as I find the broadcaster channel. There it is. We got Mr. Jake Bunjo. You got us, Betty?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Well, man, the word has come down. You officially get that third place spot here tonight. Congratulations after a heck of a wild ride here to finish things off in the season opener here at Daytona. Up quite a few spots. I think you're going to end up being hard charger of the race as well. You're going to be up 34 spots on the day. So, man, just kind of talk us through your race and how exciting it is to be over here at HCK.
Yes, sir. I mean, this is my first league, so this is great to be a part of. I got in there like right before the race started, so I didn't qualify, and just kind of steadily made my way up. And honestly, I think it just came down to dumb luck. There was a couple wrecks that I got out of pretty good. There was one, I think, around lap 40 where I had already kind of been good to finish the race on fuel and everything, and a window opened up and I went through and I came out in fourth, and that just kind of set me up for the end. And at that point, it was just drive and survive and try to avoid everything there at the end. And I mean, just luck is what I'll put it to. But I try to stay out of everything the best I could and try not to cause anything. And yeah, I'll take P3 any day of the week.
Well, this is your first league, and you came to this. This is one of the most exciting leagues I think I've ever seen. I've been on iRacing for years, and these guys, they put on a great show every week. Most of the guys get along really well, and you're going to see some great racing this season. So we're so glad to have you, Jake, and I hope you enjoy it. Next week's Talladega, a little bit wider than we got here, a little bit friendlier highline, I guess you could say. What are you looking forward to for next week?
Yeah, next week I feel like going 3 wide won't make me as nervous as it did tonight. Anytime I saw someone trying to push it 3 wide, I kind of held on to the wheel a little tighter. But next week I'll definitely feel a lot more confident going in. I think tonight was just like, don't make mistakes, don't mess up, and take what they give you. And I mean, ended up in third that way. So definitely be a little more comfortable driving and be a little more comfortable, with a little more space on the track. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy to be a part of it. Seems like a great group of guys and just fun to race with. So I'm glad to be here. And like I said, ecstatic with the way this ended up.
Yeah, first race, good job. Congrats. Do you have anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Oh, absolutely. Well, first off, the reason I'm here, there's another guy in this league named Joshua Freed who got me into iRacing in general and suggested this league to start in. So he's the one that really, helped me get into this and has helped me get a ton better. And he was really talking me through just everything there at the end. And I mean, I would credit Josh as being my crew chief, my coach, my everything but the guy behind the wheel, the 86. So big credit to him for getting me in this and helping me all the way through. And so shout out to him for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the third place finish here tonight, starting that season off right. We look forward to seeing what else you can do out here the rest of the season, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you, fellas.
All right. So with that,
Cool name and a cool guy, man.
Yeah.
He's
talk about it.
old Jake.
As we get to talk for the second time here tonight, Mr. Chan the Man, Chandler Paul, picking up the second place finish here after a crazy wild ride in those final few laps. Chandler, talked to you earlier, and it looked like you were doing pretty good. And man, it dang near went almost perfect for you.
Yeah, I guess I had a little bit of luck going towards my side today, so I guess that was pretty good. But yeah, no, I was surprised that I was through the last wreck. I was able to gain so many spots. I was talking with Austin the whole time, and he was kind of laying back. We were expecting one more wreck, and I kind of put myself in that spot to just be there towards the front. And I normally don't race like that, but decided to do it for today, and surprisingly, it worked out.
Hey, we're going to see the aggression kind of ramp up as the season goes along. I'm sure it happens in every league, every race we see. The farther people get into the schedule, you're starting out strong, though, man. I mean, with second place points, that goes a long way in a field with this big a car count, or truck count, I should say. Are there any disadvantages to having a field this big each week? Because, I mean, that's just more guys you got to pass. And, it makes it harder each week to try to catch some of the more dominant drivers that are out there.
Yeah, it does. The only way that I can see it being as like a big disadvantage is just team size number. Just because you can have teams. I think there's a couple teams I know for a fact that are 4 teams, but I know like me and Austin are only a 2-car team, so like we're at a huge disadvantage at like plate tracks and stuff. But we've been working on strategies and stuff and trying to figure out. And I think what helped me a lot in the confidence was the VRL All-Star race, and where I actually was a lot better then. So that actually helped my confidence on plate tracks. But yeah, it's just a numbers game. If there's enough big teams up there that are in the top 10 or at least on one line, then that's all it can take.
Heck yeah, man. Awesome job. Podium finish. You got any shout outs?
First off, I want to say shout out to Austin and shout out to Ricky Wittenberg. Got to shout out my VRL guys and then also Josh for being a good friend and basically, just talking to him and all that. And then got to thank my mom and dad for letting me do all this stuff as much as I'm doing, because they just think I'm crazy for racing all this much on a computer, but I enjoy it. And then I think that's pretty much it. Just besides my Twitch, I'll be streaming hopefully this weekend. I'll be streaming hopefully some more iRacing. That's twitch.tv chanman72. I'll probably be the goal is this weekend. If it's not, then I'm looking to maybe every Tuesday with my POV in here.
I'll definitely give you a follow on Twitch, man. Thanks for putting that out there. Yeah, people
Awesome.
think we're crazy for broadcasting it, man.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of good people on Twitch and the iRacing community, and of course I know a couple people that are streaming there right now, and I think the eNASCAR Pro were racing tonight, so yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Well, alrighty, Chandler Paul, we thank you for your time and congratulations on that second place finish here, buddy. We'll look forward to seeing you the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. I think I'm gonna go crack a cold one now.
Good idea.
Oh, I cut him off there. Whoops. As we thank Chandler Paul for joining us there, which will now move on up to the man who really doesn't like these super plate track speedway things, but couple of good races in a row for you here, Derek Welsh. I know you've been waiting there for a while because we were waiting for the official results, but we already knew you picked up that win, and man, you were just in that right spot here at the end.
I finally got one of these, man. I'm off to a better start than I was last season. I tell you that. But oh man, 2 podium finishes 2 days in a row. I couldn't imagine. Yeah, it's unbelievable, and getting the win here. And luckily, I had my teammate behind me, Tom Barish, Mr. Headset winner last night. He said last night he's never up front. Well, he was tonight, and he was there for me. And I was hoping to get a 1-2 finish. That's why I went up for the block, and so we can get 1-2. And apparently he went up. I don't know what he tried to do there, but he went up and hit the wall, came back and hit my teammate. But that's kind of disappointing. I was wanting 1-2 right there for NTG, but man, Tom had a hell of a race tonight.
Yeah, and we saw it. You know, you guys working that outside line a lot tonight. And when it came down to that restart, that green-white checker, we knew that y'all were going to be the guys to contend with, teammates running nose to tail on that outside line. And what a race to get a win at. Not only did you win the race, but you are one of the founders of Numb Thumbs Gaming Community, which is the sponsor for tonight's race. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about Numb Thumbs Gaming or talk about next week's race at Talladega. I'll give you the choice, brother.
Oh yeah, it's wild. Win a race here when it's sponsored by Numb Thumbs. And yeah, I mean, I talked about Numb Thumbs Gaming all night last night. It's a great community, man. I love everybody there, and everybody's on that DayZ spiel. I've been on DayZ all day doing coding, and I'm about to knock my head up against a wall right now. But I'm just ready to go to bed. Yeah, it was a great night though.
Well, I tell you what, you are terrible at these plate tracks, man. Just awful.
Awful. It's terrible.
I hate these tracks.
I hate being here.
Hey, look at you, man. I think you're sandbagging now.
I really do. I hate them just for the reason it's unpredictable. I mean, you especially when you're around especially a new group of guys, and you really don't know how everybody races. And I didn't get to practice much before the season started with these guys, so I'm even more scared out there. But it's like when somebody rakes in front of you, it's so hard to avoid it because you never know. Like tonight, I was going every bit of 2 miles per hour, and I still had guys coming down there almost hitting me. I'm like that kid walking in the house at night trying not to wake up your parents because you're too late, you know. And but yeah, I don't like them. I never have. I'm good. I'm okay at them, but I just don't like them. Get me all round up and I can't go to bed at night 'cause I'm so wound up.
Well, man, congratulations here, picking up that win here tonight, and we look forward to seeing what this rest of the season holds, and get used to this plate track racing again, buddy.
I know, right? I know. I appreciate it, guys.
Ooh, good job.
Yes, sir. So, man, started off the racing week last night with a wild ride, and we finish off this one with a wild ride here at the end, and man, that is something we always love to see.
Every Tuesday night, y'all got to come and watch this because it's going to be they're going to be, 6 different tracks they're running, and they kind of run them in a cycle. So each week's going to be a little bit different, and then as these guys get used to racing around each other, it's really going to get exciting towards the end of the season. But you got to watch what is it? It's not the destination, it's the journey to get there. The journey to get there is going to be great. So if y'all can, man, subscribe on our YouTube channel. Sign up for the notifications, clicking that bell icon so you can get on here and see this you're going to see some crazy stuff here on Tuesday nights for sure.
Well, not only Tuesdays, we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got everything. So just join us. Next, we'll be on tomorrow night. It's a hell of a thing we got going on over there with the Vigilante guys. So lots of cool racing. Brown, I think you'd agree. It's probably time to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, that it is. So let's go ahead. Normally I got a special fancy thing for this one, but due to the inconsistency of the results, we'll go with the official iRacing results here, with Derek Welsh finishing there in first, Chandler Paul, the man in the 72, finishing in second with the 86, a newcomer to this league, as well as just jumping on iRacing. As Jake Bunjo, he's going to finish there in third. Joshua Moore is going to finish here in fourth. With the 64, Cale Turberville with a solid finish up there in that top 5. The 81, Jonathan Osborne is going to finish here in 6th, with Tom Barish finishing in 7th. 23, Mark Collins, another None Thumbs community driver there. He's going to finish in 8th. Andrew Hansley looked like he was in a pretty good spot until that kind of final few hundred feet. He's going to finish here in 9th. With Cody Staten of the Team America Staten boys. You got him finishing here in that top 10.
Yeah, Kenny Stocks in the 28, up 15 spots from 26 to finish in 11th. What a great race out of him. Rick LePage in the 73, I think that's a Maverick Racing team, is who he's running for. Finished right where he started in 12th. Paul Durkee slipped a few spots. Still got a top 15, finished in 13th place. Hunter Smith up a bunch of spots in that 3 machine. He'll finish 14th. 15th will go to Brandon Eastman in the 39 truck. Mike Adamson in the 54. Started in 16th, finished in 16th, so not a bad run for Mike. Austin Paul in the 8 will finish in 17th place. Earl Evans in 13. A couple of incidents caused by him tonight, but he manned up and said, hey, man, I screwed up, and he'll still finish 3 spots up from where he started in 18th place. Michael Reynolds, good to see him back this season in the 45 machine. Up quite a few spots, finishing in 19th, and rounding out your top 20, the number 4 truck of Eric Stoy.
Yeah, 69 of Gregory Turner. They ended up 21st. 12 of Austin Johnson, 22. 21 of Dusty Smith ended up in 23rd. 96 of Joshua Freed, 24th. 42 of Kevin Winker, Team America, down there in 25th. We don't normally see that. 75 of Brian Skidmore, 26th. 5 of Stephen Naylor, 27th. 22, I believe he had pole position here, Haas Beverly. 1 to 28, champ to chump, unfortunately for him tonight. 97 of Rodney Griffin, 29th. 30 of Keith Miller ended up in 30th position.
Yeah, 31 will go to Josh Bittner in the 84 machine. He is one of the guys that is one of our sponsors. Go to trackdogsracing.com. They got some cool racing shirts and mugs and stuff like that over there. Definitely check them out. The 00, Joe Bennett in the 00 machine. Let's see, he finished in 32nd place. Sorry, I don't have my spectacles on. Zach Staten in the 88 finishes in 33rd. 34th is J.A. Burton, one of our newcomers in the 26 truck. Thank you so much, J.A. Zach Dillon in the 20 machine. We saw him upside down, sideways, and on fire a couple times tonight. Finishes in 35th place. Dustin Reilly, the big show killer in the 37 truck, dropped quite a few spots tonight. Not a characteristic race for Dustin tonight. And same goes for Albert Anderson in the 2 machine. He'll finish in 37th. Anthony Mazzara in the 91 truck. Good to see him out here racing with these guys at HCK. He'll finish 38th. 39th will be Michael Hicks in the 76. Brad Taylor in the 31 machine will round out your field tonight. And thank you so much, Mark Beverly, for doing race control. We sure appreciate your work up there in the booth. I know it's not an easy job, but great job up there, buddy.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, that brings this broadcast down to its conclusion. We thank you all for tuning in and watching like you all do. We appreciate that, especially as we move to a one program source. And Glad to see each and every single one of you finding your way here and enjoying this time with us, because you guys are the reason why we do this. And it's always a great time hanging out with all of y'all. Same thing with all of these sponsors that I mentioned before while we were kind of in the intermission there. We thank you all for helping support this HCK Beagles Racing League, as you guys really help to make it the product that it is, that you see out there tonight. And yes, stay tuned for tomorrow night when we got some Vigilante Racing League action going on. So be on the lookout for that one. I think they're heading to a pretty good track here this week. So definitely one to watch for. And until tomorrow night, though, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off for tonight.
We gone.
See ya.